Hey, good day, everybody. Still here. Daily Market Pulse for Thursday, August 21st. So stocks gained again. They had faded some today, pretty much intradaily resetting themselves and allowing themselves to go higher again. So they started doing that yesterday to some degree, and again today allowed them to go even higher with the Nasdaq making a new high even today. So, but volume was mixed, up on the New York Stock Exchange S&P, but down on the Nasdaq. But no big deal. Nasdaq is kind of ahead of the game anyway, so. No worries on that front. There's the Dow Jones, and I believe okay, that's yesterday's, and so there is today. So breaking out above 17,000 now for the first time into the upper Bollinger Band, which has yet to open up. There's still room to about 17,150. There's still about another 100 points to go. Potentially, they could still accomplish that. Look at all the green on the upside. At some point, this, as overbought as it is, it's going to have to come back towards 17 or toward the 50-day moving average. So just look for that because the 20 is still declining with an 8 crossing over, which is great, strengthens the short-term trend. Intermediates are a little bit intermixed because you got a dead cross. But look for the possibility of sideways to into the 50 moving average over the course of whenever, to tomorrow or whatever that may be. Not sure when, but we'll have to just look for that, okay? Let's go look at the... S&P, there it is. That should be 21. Okay, so that's breaking out above 1980 into 1990. Flat upper Bollinger Band, room to 2000. What we're looking for, plus of course a lot more with this channel intact. Look for support into the window below or into anywhere this polarity area is right now. Everything's pretty strong there. Same thing. See, the Nasdaq is going to struggle because it's the top of the channel. Assuming that's correct, I got a window sideways, kind of sideways, even though it's a lower shadow. It's kind of a hanging man formation here. It's not official. It was earlier with the high, but essentially right now it's kind of like a hanging man. In fact, it may be. I may not have it identified on the screen. I may not have it as a highlighter, but it's a hanging man resistance. So that could potentially fade. You have to just be careful with that one. Watch carefully for the windows. The two windows below support, including the 8 moving average. Okay, the TSX forming this really nice kind of like this small scoop-like formation. It had a bullish piercing off the 50, came up, breaking out as of yesterday, and holding that breakout area right here at 15.5 and some change. So I like this still on the long side. Bollinger Band's opening. Everything looks great. Long, unless it comes back through the polarity of 15.5, then you're on the short side, but right now looking on the long side. With this. Now the market's up. We look at the US dollar, Canadian dollar. This is as of yesterday, so I'm looking at resistance right into this area first and foremost, with probably a pause into this area for now. The Euro US has faded, but I'm also looking for the possibility of a retest of this area here. So let me go into the 15-minute chart and see what it did. Yeah, so sure enough, back toward 132.85. Is where it is. So right back to, actually, yeah, it's about midway, not quite midway up this red candle at this point. So it's trying to make its way back toward the polarity. Treasuries actually bounced. It's got a green candle actually that you can't see right now for whatever reason, but it did bounce with a green candle, looking for the possibility of going back toward 141 plus. So there it is. So I'm not sure. It's hovering and hanging on to the 8 moving average right at the polarity at 139 change. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I think I may need another confirmation candle to be truly convinced that this is actually truly on the bullish side. Remember the yen collapsed, but we were looking at a target below here of 96 anyway, so it's the slowing down here. The selling is slowing down, so we're still looking at 96 as the target, but look for an immediate reversal anywhere in here because it's overbought through the Bollinger Band, etc., etc. Gold and silver are essentially right into this area, trying to bounce, trying to hold as best they can. Not much going on there really. It's just kind of testing the 1280 areas where it is now. Same thing here, down to the 1915, 1930 area right now as well. Nothing huge there. And when you go over to crude after the bullish piercing of the Bollinger Band, we are looking for the possibility of support. If we go to a weekly very quickly, you're going to see it's in that pennant formation. So it came into the bottom of the pennant formation and bounced a couple of days in a row with those lower shadows. So that's not surprising to see. I like the confirmation. It came back, retested the low from yesterday, bounced immediately. So I'm liking this to the upside, at least to the 8 moving average, and possibly up into 96, 97, and maybe more so 97, 98 range is what I'm looking at. Small caps with the IWM, this is the proxy for the Russell 2000 risk on. So it came down into the 8, into the 200, into a former polarity at 114 and bounced. So I like this, but it's got to get through 116 to have a shot to go higher. So watch this closely because this is going to be key. They may chop around here with a flat 50 somewhat of a flat 200 with an 8 moving average rising and a flat 20. So the major moving averages are going sideways. The only one that's going up is the short-term 8. That's because of the recent move higher. So this could chop around here a little bit until they decide lower or higher. I would imagine higher ultimately above 116, but it's a question of when. And the VIX will finalize with that. The VIX came into this and actually dropped a little bit below, but right into this 1150 area. So you can see it came aggressively on the gap lower and the trading of lower today in the stock market, and then of course reversed back toward its low at 1150. So 1150 was support. It's holding. We have room into 1050 as the next level if the markets and when the markets go higher.